Laurence Fox lost his libel case after he called two men pedophiles in an exchange on social media. Talk TV's Nicola Thorp has spoken out after Laurence Fox lost a libel case in which she was named. He was found to have libeled former Stonewall trustee Simon Blake and drag artist Crystal over a row which took place on Twitter in October 2020. Mr. Fox called Mr. Blake and the former RuPaul's Drag Race contestant Crystal, whose real name is Colin Seymour, pedophiles in an exchange about a decision by Sainsbury's to mark Black History Month. The 45-year-old dad of two then went on to countersue the two men alongside former Coronation Street actress Thorp about tweets which accused him of racism. A judge has now ruled that Fox had libeled the pair. In a judgment on Monday, Mrs. Justice Collins Rice ruled in favor of Mr. Blake and Miss Seymour, dismissing Mr. Fox's counterclaims. Mr. Fox's labeling of Mr. Blake and Miss Seymour as pedophiles was, on the evidence, probabilities and facts of this case, seriously harmful, defamatory and baseless. The law affords few defenses to defamation of this sort, she said. Mr. Fox did not attempt to show these allegations were true, and he was not able to bring himself on the facts within the terms of any other defense recognized in law. However, she did not rule on whether describing Fox as a racist is substantially true, after finding the 3 tweets in his counterclaim were unlikely to cause serious harm to his reputation. Mr. Fox's principal project is to put his views and challenges about racism to the UK electorate in the political arena, she said. That, rather than a court of law, is in any event likely to be the determinative last word in relation to his reputation on such matters, given the path down which he has set. His worldview and his politics are not on trial in these proceedings, only the factual impact of what he said and what was said about him on this particular occasion. Following the judgment, Nicola took to X, formerly known as Twitter, to issue a statement. "We won. On all counts. For the last 3 years, Laurence Fox has held us responsible for the downfall of his acting career, his failure to become London mayor, and even the increasing cost of his car insurance. During my cross-examination, his barrister even suggested I was responsible for his arrest in October last year. All because on 4th October 2020, we exercised our right to free speech by expressing our honestly held opinions." The same man who later told a black man to cough back to Jamaica, posted pride flags in the shape of a swastika and shared blacked-up images of himself and his children. "It's time that Mr. Fox accepted that any damage to his reputation is entirely his own doing," she wrote. She went on to thank her legal team and pay tribute to her KC Heather Rogers, who died before the case got to trial, saying, "She was fierce and funny and kind, and we couldn't have done this without her. I hope we did you proud." She also expressed her gratitude to her fiancé actor Nicola, who gave up work in order to show up to court every day to support me at 37 weeks pregnant. Me, not him. Speaking of her co-defendants, she penned, "To my wonderful friends Simon and Crystal. I'm so sorry that these are the circumstances under which we met, but I'm so glad we did. You've shown such strength in the face of bigotry, and I would walk through fire for both of you and your gorgeous husbands." For his part, Fox has indicated that he plans to appeal against the ruling to get the meaning of the word racist. Speaking outside the Royal Courts of Justice, he said, "What is a racist? Every single person in this country knows what a racist is, except the people that dominate every single national institution that we have. Racism as a term is used just as a point of disagreement and a point of I don't like you, therefore you're a racist. This is a great, wonderful country, and I admire and I respect this country, and I fight for it, and I fight for my children, and I fight for everybody else out there who doesn't have my platform who gets called these vicious slurs, and I just want a definition of the word," he said.